Reading Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, Eye of the World, Part 25. I made it. Man, I told you it. What did I tell you? The grandest city in the world, buoyed by Augur. You know, list the inner city in the palace where it's that old Camlin is. Camlin. We're good Queen Morgase. The light illuminate her, makes the law and holds the peace for Andor, the greatest city of Earth. Rand was ready to agree. His mouth hung open, and he wanted to put his hands over his ears to shut out the din. People crowded the roads, as thick as orchids, and once field crowded the green at the Beltane. He remembered thinking there were too many people in Baerlon to be believed. And I almost laughed. How are we going to hide in this? How can we tell who to trust with so bloody many, light and noise? How can they find us among so many? Can't you see it? You wool-headed idiot will save. If you ever learn to watch your bloody tongue. Look at it, Matt. Anything could happen there. Anything. Woohoo! We might even find more rain waiting for us and a green and total rest. If they're alive. If you ask me, they're as dead as the Gleeman. The green faded from Rand's face as he turned to watch the gates come nearer. Anything could happen in a city like Camlin. He held the thought stubbornly. The horse could not move any faster, and closer to the days they came, the thicker the crowd grew. Rand was glad to see a good men were dusting, men afoot, lit in the way of belongings. Whatever the age, a lot of the crowd pushing towards the gates had a travel-worn look. But whether or not, those eyes were fixed on the gates, as if getting inside the walls would strip away all their fatigue. Keep your places. Don't push. The light blind you. There's room for everybody. The light help us. Keep your places. Wow. Round the jaws opened to collapse on the ground. Oh, there's even a witcher here. Wonder if Gerard's... Gaping at the city and the people around was taken by surprise when the car turned down a side street. Narrower than the boulevard, but still twice as wide as on the street in Mansfield. The traffic was a bit lighter here. The crowd split around the cart without breaking stride. The what you had and 10 o'clock? Is it really what Haldwin says? What do you mean? Don't mean nothing, I suppose. Look now, if you heard I was coming to Camlin, you were there long enough to hear the rest. Was I after rewards? I have made some excuse to go into the Goose and Crown, speak to Haldwin. Only I don't much like Haldwin. And I don't like that friends of his. Not at all. Seems like he wants you two more than he wants anything else. I don't know what he wants. We've never seen him before. Well, like I say, I don't know nothing and I guess I don't want to. There's enough trouble around for anybody without I go looking for more. And one more thing. I'd hide that. Stop wearing it. Hide it. Sell it. Give it away. That's my advice. Think like that's going to draw attention. And I guess you don't want any of that. Well, what do we know now? We're Camlin, but what do we do? Moraine will find us. Well, yeah, if she's still alive, I suppose. They're alive. Gwyn is alive. Maybe. But what if Moraine doesn't find us? What if nobody does but that? Well, think about that when it happens. If it happens, Tom said to find an called Gwyn's Blessing. We'll go there first. How? We can't afford one meal between the two of us. At least it's a place to start. Tom thought we could find help there. I can't. Are they everywhere? Wherever we go, they're right behind us, or they're waiting for us. They'll be at the Queen's Blessing, too. Nothing gonna stop us now. Nothing gonna stop the fate. We made it this far, haven't we? They haven't catch us yet. We can make it all the way if we just don't quit. Don't quit, Mart. I won't just quit and wait for the like of a ship or a slaughter. I won't. Well, are you going to just stand here until they come for you? I'm sorry, aren't I? I just can't stop thinking. never see home again. I want to go home. Laugh if you want, but right, the two rivers are far away. It might always be on the other side of the world. We're alone. I think we're alone now, and we'll never get home. We're going to die, Runt? Everybody's going to die. Eventually, Runt. But not yet. We won't. Everybody dies. The wheel turns. I'm not going to curl up and wait for it to happen. Thought, oh, there's a witcher just behind my back. You sound like a master of good. Now, let's find the Queen's blessing. Staying noticed was something Rand thought about a great deal. Kept his cloak over his sword, but that would not be good enough for very long. Sooner or later someone would wonder what he was hiding. He could not stop wearing it. Not his link to town, his father. My others in the trunk wore swords, but none with the hallmark. The Buddha and the Camley man thought some of the strangers had their swords on the strips of clothes, shit and healed. 100 harem marks could be hidden under those wrappings, and no one will see. Smartass. And following fashion would help them fit in more. Luckily, a good many shops were fronted with tables displaying the clothes and coat, so it was no trouble to buy, despite Matt's complaints about how little money they had left. We'll bet you would charge double for that bloody cloth. Triple. They are be trying to cheat us, right? Or we'll be lucky if someone doesn't hit us on the head while we sleep. This is no place to be. There are too many people. Let's leave for Tavern now, or so. Really, I wouldn't mind seeing them gather for the hand of the horn. If we can go home, let's just go. I'm staying. If they're not here already, they come here sooner or later looking for us. No enough belly itching. Let's get back to looking for that inn. Bit by bit, Rand got the directions he wanted until the last they stood before one broad stone building with a sign creaking over the door. Are you sure about this, Rand? Of course. The Queen's blessing. Here we come. Hello, travelers. I'm Basil Gill. Welcome to my inn. Now, can I? Master Gill, a friend of ours, told us to come here. Tom Marilyn. He? I know him. Here now. Home with me. Alright then, first thing, why don't you tell me what's in that case I see in your pack, lad? It's Tom's flute. I recognize it, as I am played often enough. There's not likely to like that outside a royal court. But why on heavens he would leave it behind? would never do such a thing. How did he come by it? Tom would part with his arm as soon as that flood. Oh. Give it to me. Tom's dead, Master Gil. If he was your friend, I'm sorry he was. Point two. Dead, you said? How? A man tried to kill us, then pushed this at me and told us to run. We'd had been killed if it hadn't been for him. We were on our way to Camlin together. He told us to come here to your inn. I believe he's dead when I see his corpse. I believe you saw whatever it was you saw. I just don't believe he's dead. He's a harder man to kill than he might believe Tom Merlin. It's alright, man. He's a friend. I suppose I am. At that. You know, this is the last place that I expect Tom to come, expecting maybe it was Tar Valon. Oh, you've got trouble with Aes Sedai, I take it. What makes you say that? I know. The man that's what. He'd jump into that kind of trouble, especially to help a couple of lads about the age of you. Now, I'm not making any accusations, mind, but I take it neither of you can. What I'm getting at is, what exactly is the nature of your trouble with Tar Valon? If you don't mind my asking. Ron's skin prickled as he realized what the man was suggesting. The One Power. No, nothing like that, I swear. There was even an Aes Sedai helping us. Moraine was. Glad to hear it. And I have much love for Aes Sedai, but better than auditing. No offense meant, you understand, but well, I have to know, didn't I? You two look the right sort, and I do believe you were friends, Tom, but it's hard times and stony days. I don't suppose you can pay? No, I didn't think so. There's not enough of anything, and what there is costs the earth, so I'll give you beds, not the best, but warm and dry and something to eat. I cannot promise more, however much I'd like. Ah? Thank you. Well, it's more than I expected. Well, Tom's a good friend. Hello, old friend. If he doesn't show up, well, we'll figure something out. Best you don't talk anymore. Talked about Aes Sedai helping you. I'm good, Queen's man, but there are too many in Camlin right now who'd take it wrong. And I don't mean just the white cloaks. before I heard the ravens cat take every acid dice stride to share your ghoul. Watch your tongue. Said I don't love them. I didn't say I'm a fool, thinks they behind everything that's wrong. The Queen supports Alida, and the guards stand for the Queen. I don't need guards breaking up my common room to teach you a lesson. I don't need white cloaks, egging somebody on to paint the dragon's fang on my door. If you want any help from me, you just keep thoughts about Aes Sedai to yourself. Good or bad. Maybe it's best you don't mention Tom's name. Either. Where anybody but me can hear, some gods have long memories. Some. There's the Queen. No need taking chances. Tom had trouble with the Queen? Huh. So he didn't tell you everything. He wasn't always a gleeman, you know. There was a time Tom Merlin was a cold bard right here in Camelin. And now in every court from Tyr to Marathon. Tom? That he was. Tom was, shall we say, closer to the Queen than was proper. But Morghese was a young widow, and Tom was in his prime then, and the Queen can do as she wishes, is the way I look at it. Only she's always had a temper. I saw good Morghese, and he took it off without a word when he found out that his nephew was in trouble. The Queen didn't much like that, didn't like him meddling in Aes Sedai matters either. Anyway, when he came back he said some words. Alright, words you don't say to any woman of Morghese's spirit, let alone a queen. Alida was sad against him because of his trying to mix in the business with his nephew. Between the Queen's temper and Alida's animosity, Tom left Camelin a half step ahead of a trip to prison. If the Huntsman aches. As far as I know, though it still stands. If it was a long time ago, maybe nobody remembers. Garrett Bryan is Captain General of the Queen's Guards. He personally commanded the guardsmen sent to bring Tom back in chains. I misdoubt he'll ever forget returning empty-handed. And the Queen never forgets anything. No, best of you keep Tom as close a secret as you keep that Aes Sedai of yours. Now how about it? I get you something to eat, and you can tell me about this trouble of yours. If I'm going to help, I best know what I'm getting into. Master Joe returned. Rand taught him the story. He kept it simple and left the trolls and fates out of it. Thought he did not underestimate the danger. He told about the dark friends they had come across, and at the end, he felt compelled to add it couldn't bring even you the trouble helping us. Can't say as I want trouble, but it wouldn't be first I've seen. No bloody dark ones will make my turn my back on Tom's friends. These friends of yours from up north now, if she comes to Camlin, I'll hear about it. What about Elida? Maybe. If you didn't have a connection to Tom, she'd winkle it out and wonder where you will be. Maybe in a cell, maybe worse. They say she has a way of feeling things. What has happened? What will? Of cutting right through to what a man wants to hide. I don't know, but I wouldn't risk it. If it wasn't for Tom, you could go to the guards, but even if you kept his name quiet, well, what would Rich light us as soon as you mentioned dark friends? And then your back war was started. Trouble is, you catch up in the fringes of politics, lad. Even if it's none of your doing, and politics is a foggy mile full of snakes. What about? Afraid I have to leave you now. Cook's giving me the evil eye from the kitchen door. Might as well be married to her. Find things for me to fix before I even know there's anything wrong. If it's not the drain stopped us, or Dawn's pots clogged, it rots. I keep a clean place, but with so many people in the city, rats are everywhere. Your room is in the attic. I'll tell the girls which any of them can show you to it. Don't worry about the Aquans. I can't say much good about the White Clocks, but between them and the guards, that sort won't dare show their furtive faces in Camlin. I thought you were hungry. We have to eat, Matt. We need to keep up our strength if we're going to reach Tavor. It's all this time it's been Camlin. Everything would be alright if we only get to Camlin. Well, here and we are. Nothing's alright. Now it's everything will be alright if we only get to Tavon. All of these people and none of them could be dark ones. Mr. J promised to help us awfully quick. What kind of man just shrugs off us a dying dark friends? It isn't natural. Only a decent person would tell us to get out or bugger off or something. Eventually the boys finished their meal and were shown to their room by a pretty girl with dark eyes who twisted her skirt and giggled whenever she looked at Ron. Ron expected some comment from Matt about that, but as soon as the girl was gone, Matt simply threw himself on one of the two beds and turned his face to the wall. Matt insisted that he wanted only to sleep. Even though Rand thought there were more questions to ask Master Jill, eventually Rand gave up and left Matt in the room. He hoped he really would sleep. and sat for a while in the common room, but the intermittent visits of Glassman, just making sure there was no trouble, he was assured eventually made him uncomfortable. Excuse me, is there another room where I could sit? Maybe private dining room that's not being used? Or there's library? To your right, at the end of the hall might be empty this summer. Thank you. If you see Master Jew, would you tell him Randato needs to talk to him? If you can spare a minute. I'll tell him. Cook wants to talk to him too. When Radden stepped into the room to which she had directed him, he stopped and stared. The shelves must have held 300 or 400 books, more than he had ever seen in one place before. His eyes gobbled up titles. Wow! His breath crouched at the sight of a copy of Voyages Among the Seafolk. Tom had always wanted to read that. I'm sorry, I didn't know anyone else was here. I hope I didn't disturb. Sherlock!